Welcome back to Golf Xtra. With the recent legalization of sports gambling in the United States has come a rush of money and interest into all sports. It's not all good news, though. Across multiple sports, players have become embroiled in scandals where they themselves are betting on the sports that they play in. This obvious conflict of interest has caused suspensions, fines, and worse, and the PGA Tour is no exception. But who was suspended, and why did they make this critical error? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now let's get right into which PGA Tour players were banned after betting on PGA events. Since gambling was legalized in the US, it seems that the effects have been primarily positive for sports and the players who play them. After all, more money is never something people are going to complain about, right? However, these same players need to have the discipline to restrain themselves from betting. This isn't allowed due to the significant conflict of interest which would occur, but that hasn't stopped star players like Calvin Ridley of the NFL from placing some bets anyway. The PGA Tour now has had some players join those infamous ranks, with 2 players being suspended recently. In a statement, the PGA Tour announced today that Korn Ferry Tour members Vince India and Jake Staiano have been suspended for violating the PGA Tour integrity program. Both players placed bets on PGA Tour competitions. However, neither player bet on tournaments in which he was a participant. India is suspended from PGA Tour sanctioned competition for 6 months. His suspension began on September 18, 2023 and is through March 17, 2024. Staiano is suspended from PGA Tour sanctioned competition for 3 months. His suspension began on September 11, 2023 and is through December 10, 2023. Let's start with the players themselves, as unless you're a hardcore golf fan, you may not have heard of them. First, there's Vince India. At 34 years of age, India is a longtime player on the Korn Ferry Tour. India has only played in 3 career PGA Tour events. On the Korn Ferry circuit, India has never won in 176 events, though he has made 94 cuts and finished in the top 10 a total of 8 times. Meanwhile, Jake Staiano only turned professional in 2019 and has only played in 17 Korn Ferry Tour events during his relatively short career. He hasn't placed in the top 10 in any event so far, but at only 27 years of age, he has plenty of time to improve still. Despite their different circumstances, what these players have in common is that they both breached the PGA Tour rules by gambling. However, both of them have since apologized and clarified their actions. First, Jake Staiano spoke with the owner of the Monday Q Info account on Twitter, who related later on the social media platform. Just spoke with Jake, and he wanted to clear some things up. 1, he admitted he broke the rules as they were written. 2, he was suspended for 4 total bets, all made in 2021, 3 of which were on the Bryson vs. Brooks 12-hole match. He bet a total of $116.20 in the 4 bets. What they're referring to is the match, which was held between Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau in November 2021. While this wasn't an official PGA Tour open field event, it still counts for the rules against gambling. In a further response on the Any Given Monday podcast, Staiano elaborated, "I understand the principles. I understand you can't bet. They laid it out perfectly. I didn't deny gambling." He continued, "I've accepted my punishment. It is what it is. Fair or not, people can argue that. But one of my biggest things is I want to make sure other guys understand exactly what happened so that they don't make the same mistake, because it could be career-altering. I'm treating it like it's not, but you never know. I might never get a chance to get back to Q school. I don't want that to happen to other people because it sucks. It's tough. It's a tough situation. It's something that I have to live with, but I feel like not only myself, but other people can learn from what I did." Staiano obviously understands the gravity of the situation, but what about Vince India? For his part, India had a shorter response, though, which he posted on Twitter. "I have been truly blessed to be able to pursue a career in professional golf. It's an absolute privilege to play this game for a living. To that end, I'm deeply ashamed that my behavior and poor decisions put my dream in jeopardy. I regret them every day. I want to apologize to the tour for knowingly violating the integrity program. I'm sorry to all my friends, family, coaches, sponsors, and anyone who has supported me throughout my career." The statement continued, "I'm confident I will grow from this. It's an opportunity to continue to tackle the heart of my problems. I'm going to put more hours than ever into my body and mind this offseason and ultimately come out a better person and player. I'm looking forward to 2024, continuing my goal to play golf at the highest level. Lastly, thanks to everyone who reached out to me. You're all wonderful, and it means more than you could know. All of this information might be better clarified by the rules themselves, which delve a little bit into technical language but shed significant light on what exactly qualifies as a rule violation. The rules read, any covered person, directly or indirectly, betting on the outcome or any other aspect of any PGA Tour event, any other professional golf competition, or any elite amateur golf competition, including Olympic golf, anywhere in the world, professional golf event. In this manual, betting means A, placing any money or other thing of value on the occurrence of an uncertain outcome with the expectation of return, or B, participating in any fantasy or other game that awards a prize of value, including any free-to-play, paid or daily fantasy game, unless expressly approved by the PGA Tour. Sports betting isn't only prevalent in the personal lives of players. In fact, players out on the course are acutely aware of the impact of betting on their sport, and at times it can even affect their play. Before the 2023 Tour Championship, Jon Rahm spoke about the prevalence of sports betting in terms of input from the gallery, saying, I mean, it's very, very present. In golf, spectators are very close, and even if they're not directly talking to you, they're close enough to where if they say to their buddy, I bet you $10 he's going to miss it, you hear it. While that seems innocuous enough, other fans haven't been so kind. An irate Max Homa told reporters about an incident where a fan had an impact on his game at the 2023 BMW Championship when he said, there was a probably drunk, I hope for his case, or else he's just the biggest loser there is, but he was cheering and yelling at Chris, Homa's playing partner, for missing his putt short. And he kept yelling, one of them had $3 for me to make mine. And I got to the back of my backstroke and he yelled, pull it, pretty loud. I made it right in the middle, and then I just started yelling at him. What did Homa say to the fan? I told him that he's a clown, maybe with another word. I don't know what Joe yelled. He was a lot meaner, I think. It was just, I don't know, long day, I guess. PGA Tour Vice President of Brand Communications Laura Neal insists this isn't a chronic issue, saying, this isn't rampant. Of course, for our security team, we want to make sure our players have the proper arena to compete in, but there's been nothing outside the ordinary since gaming has become legal. Still, Homa and other players aren't necessarily too pleased with the impact sports betting has had on fan behavior. Homa continued at the BMW Championship, it's just always something that's on our mind. It's on us to stay focused or whatever, but it's just annoying when it happens. It just feels, it's like the one thing we have in this game. Fans are so great about being quiet when we play. I think they're awesome. When anybody ever talks, it's so unintentional. They don't even know we're hitting. It just sucks when it's incredibly intentional, and his friend specifically said it was for $3, so that was not that the money matters, but that's a frustrating number. Comment with your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. We'll catch you in the next one.